ladies, Hannah here. Thank you so much for joining my live. So this live is a little bit different than a lot of the ones I usually do. I usually jump into these lives, energy off the walls, and I'm a little bumping today. I had plenty of caffeine. I'm doing a lot of client programs, but what I want to talk to you guys about is it's a different topic. This is typically like if I'm doing a live, I have maybe like my screen up behind me and just some like talking points, things I really want to touch on, but I don't really have that right now. I just want to have a conversation because so many questionnaires I get are coming in with this like same laundry list of things that you're doing to try and lose weight, and it is not working, and you don't know why it's not working, and it's frustrating for you. And it's when I'm reading these questionnaires that it just breaks my heart that if you look at what you're doing on paper, according to Instagram, you are like the healthiest person on the planet, and you don't feel like it. So literally I have a questionnaire up right now and just some of the questions that I'm asking. So I talk about give me your current weight training routine. Tell me about it. And that's where, you see the person putting in, I've been comfortable with weights my whole life, been getting more into cardio. I do the YouTube workouts. I love the HIIT. I love the beach body, things like that. So you're using a lot of free modalities online. So first, it's not fair to expect specific results for you if you're using a program that anyone under the sun can get. You can't walk into an exercise class and expect that exercise program to be tailored really specifically to you because it's a one-size-fits-all type of approach. Sorry, my phone's about to fall. Oh boy. Ugh. Okay, so you're doing the online classes, you're trying to find the free resources because you're trying to be budget friendly and you're going for it and you're working really hard and it's just not working. So then I keep going down the questionnaire and I'm like, all right, tell me about your average sleep quality. This one is like, well, I'm pretty restless at night. I take melatonin to help. I try to get to bed, but sometimes I'm staying awake just laying there. And then average stress levels through the roof. I'm a pretty anxious person. And then keep going down. We're looking at supplement routine. So we already touched on the fact that sleep was bad. And then because sleep is bad, then all day you're kind of dragging. So now we have pre-workout before the workouts. We got aminos, we got BCAAs, we got creatine, we got probably caffeine during the day. So we also have magnesium at night and calm to help us sleep and some other things to try and work on anxiety. So we're, instead of just taking a step back and looking at like, okay, my anxiety is really high. I'm not sleeping well. So I'm really tired during the day. It's going straight to, there's a supplement for that. So I'm not sleeping well, so I'm going to try and use a bunch of supplements that help me sleep. And then because my sleep is still not that great, as soon as I wake up, I'm going to start pumping myself full of supplements to make me really awake. So that's not helping the anxiety process either. Throw on top the fact that her description, I'm having one client's questionnaire up because this is the most recent one that came in like this, but I've had a lot like this. Said, please describe your overall depression of your digestion. Messed up. So then digestion's already bad too. So then, oh, but don't worry, I'm taking digestive enzymes because there's also a supplement for that. And then I'm always asking, what are some foods that you cannot live without? We all know by now, if you've watched my stuff for more than like 5 seconds, I don't like to remove any food group. If you love it, we should be able to have it. Sometimes just in moderation. You can pretty much have anything you want, maybe just not as much of it as you want. So I'm like, what are things that you cannot live without? You get the typical like, gotta have my wine, or I love me a craft beer, pizza, cheese, chocolate. Those are the biggies that you see. Sometimes I see like random ones on there, like sweet potato tots. I'm like, yeah, what's up? You speak my language. These top 3 were protein powder, pita wraps, and rice cakes. I'm not knocking any of those. Get rice cakes. They are like circular cardboard, just not a fan. But if someone's first go-to is foods that you cannot even live without, something that you could not do is live without protein powder or rice cakes, that's a red flag as to you've never had enough calories to actually eat normal food outside of protein powder and rice cakes. Oh, not to mention the workouts often are twice a day. So this questionnaire is just an example, and it is not uncommon for me to see things like this of working out twice a day. I'm doing the cardio. I have protein powder. I take my pre-workout. I take sleep supplements. I take digestive supplements. I take blah, blah. There's so many supplements already involved. Calories haven't even gone there yet. Super low. You've been tracking your macros. Calories are being counted. You're in like the 1400s and you are committed, sister. I know you want this. I can feel it. I know how much you want this because I have been there. I have wanted it. I have wanted it that bad. I know how it feels, but if you think about it, not one thing that I've said is necessarily a healthy habit. Working out twice a day, unless you are training for like an Ironman or the Olympics, I'm not sure what planet we need to plan for to work out twice a day to meet our needs. Really not a thing, unless you're someone who needs to just break up a weight training and cardio session as part of a normal program just to augment your work hours. That's different than just working out twice a day because you got to get your 2 a day in. Sorry. Coffee time. And yes, this is a Harry Potter mug. I'm really proud of it. But anyway, so for working out twice a day, that's probably already too much. That's a lot of stress on your system. Anxiety isn't being controlled. You're just trying to control it with supplements. Sleep is bad. Digestion's bad. Protein powder, rice cake. Like it's not healthy if you just take a step back and just look at it from a bigger scope of things. Just because something is macro friendly, says the word protein on the package, or like fits your macros, doesn't mean it's a really healthy food choice. Just because it does fit your macros doesn't mean it always should. Just because it says the word protein on the label does not make it a healthy source. A lot of those packaged foods are pumped full of just fillers because they know you're on a diet and they make them super sweet. So you're just pumping your body full of more things which have been processed, which contributes to the digestive problems. So it's this snowballing cyclone that all of us Instagram Fitspo girls just kind of find yourself in of, okay, I'm doing all the things. Got the cardio, got the protein, got the, if it fits your macros, I'm counting my calories, I got my supplements in order, and I'm still not losing weight. What gives? You're doing everything right, according to the internet. The problem is, you're not just taking care of yourself. You are so laser focused on your goals, you don't realize you're just tacking on Band-Aids to every wound that you have, hoping that somehow you lose weight and all the problems get solved. It's the reverse approach. You need to solve the problems, get yourself to a healthy place, incorporate real whole foods into your diet, maybe actually try a whole grain instead of a rice cake, maybe try eggs and chicken and pork and cheese instead of protein powder. Real food. Stop eating things that are just pumped full of protein and have some birthday cake on the label and they're like super fit and protein heavy, because that's a lot of fillers. If your digestion's crap, you need to step away from things that you unwrap out of a package. Maybe eat something that came out of the produce section and start there. Start with the basics. Drink some water. If your sleep isn't great and you're having trouble with your anxiety, there's people that specialize in that. Or there's just trying new habits, talking to someone, reading. I don't care if you're not a reader. I literally have a client that she's this tiny little thing, listens to screamo music on the way home from work because her job is stressful. And that just totally is like, I just get it out and I feel so much better. I'm like, that's awesome. Do what you need to do. So instead of chasing or supplementing all these problems that are just in your way of losing weight, if you addressed the problems, you might actually see your weight drop anyway, but at least get yourself to a healthy place so then you can diet and see results. So this client that I'm using as an example right now, I've upped her calories higher than she has had them in God knows how long. And I think we're already at least 1.5 inches off of her waist. We're not changing her weight that much, but her bloat is calming down. Her fluid retention's calming down. Her body's just responding. When I sent her program, it was a few days before she was supposed to start. I'm like, rest days are a priority. And her email back was, can I start a rest day now? I said, yes, take 2 in a row. It's not about always taking rest days, and it's not about always going to the gym. It's finding a balance. So a lot of you have been on my page for a little while. There's a lot of videos in here. Some of you guys are newer, but I've touched on this before in quite a few videos, is you have to leave room in your diet to diet. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So if you have been doing all the cardio, all the workouts, and your calories are low, we really don't have much room to increase your energy expenditure with working out because you're already bumping at the top of the ceiling that you can, and you've been eating low calorie for as long as you can remember. We don't really have much room to drop your calories without just starving you to death. So we ran out of room. You burnt the candle at both ends, and now we have nowhere to go other than dig yourself out of this hole because your body adapted to it. Your metabolism can adapt down, so we need to adapt it back up so then we actually get you back into a diet mode eventually. So I used this analogy recently with a client, and I think it made a lot of sense. I'm like, all right, you've been dieting, I don't know, for what, the past 4 years straight. You don't remember the last time you let yourself have over, 1,400 calories, talking about a different client now. And I'm like, you've never not dieted. This is no longer an actual diet. We don't actually have an energy gap from what your body needs to function to what you're eating. So it has to lose fat to get there. It's just there. Your body's just used to you not feeding it. So we literally have nothing left to diet on. That is the equivalent of me right now, just sitting right here, shaving my head. I have no hair left. Then I go to the salon and I ask her for a haircut. She's gonna be like, what the hell? What am I supposed to cut? There's no hair left to cut. You have to grow it out so then I can cut it. So we have to get your calories up, let your metabolism adjust up to an appropriate level of calories. Then that's where we can cut calories and diet from. And unfortunately, when we bring calories up, it is not a monopoly. You pass go, collect $200, you went up, and then you just get to go right back down. You have to stay there for a while. And it is not flashy. It's not fancy. I'm not tan. It's not bikini, fancy heels, stage, pose, whatever. It's not that. It's real life, and it takes time, and it totally sucks, but it's totally worth it. That's how you actually get results. If your diet is not working and you are eating low calorie, you're doing a ton of cardio, you are trying so fucking hard and you are exhausted and you are so determined to lose that weight, it might not be working because you've been trying so hard that you've never given your body a break. So if you are supplementing your way out of not feeling great and you are working out so hard and you're not eating very much, there's a lot of room for improvement that can actually improve your body composition, maybe get sleep better, get digestion better, calm your nerves, and introduce you to, pasta and, real chocolate, not just supplement and low sugar, no sugar, high fiber, high protein, packaged, manufactured things. Just real food, good sleep, drink some goddamn water, lay off all of the stimulants, get your body reset to a higher calorie level without gaining a ton of weight. That's the great part, is you just get to enjoy more food for a while, keeping you as is. That doesn't mean that you're comfortable as is if you still want to lose weight, but it's you accepting the fact that you have driven your body so hard into this really deep hole. You did nothing wrong. You listened to everybody online saying, you go, sister, kill it, crush it on the treadmill. And sometimes that totally works for you guys. But if that's all you've been doing for a really long time, the only option you have is to stop, take a break, feed yourself, let yourself rest, find some new hobbies, maybe find something you enjoy outside of health and fitness because that's clearly stressing you out. You just got to take a step back sometimes and look at things from a bigger picture, which is really helpful when you have a coach because as a woman who's gone through a weight loss journey, who has totally been there, we cannot see ourselves objectively. I work with some of the most intelligent women I've ever met in my life. I mean, I got teachers, I got nurses, I got doctors, I got financial analysts. These women are smart as hell. But as soon as we start talking about our bodies, we turn into toddlers. So you can logically say, oh no, we're gonna move that stock, or no, we're gonna treat this patient with this. But the second it's about weight loss and the scale's not moving, it's like, I wanna lose weight now, right now, oh my God. I say that because I was that person. I get it. We cannot see ourselves objectively, which is why it's so helpful to have a coach who's not afraid to say, listen, sister, look at all this shit. No, we have to do something else instead. So I know you wanna go from here to right there. Apparently I'm making that noise a lot today, but that's what you want it to look like. A lot of times, if you are just burning the candle at both ends, it needs to look like this. Restorative, 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 restorative. Oh my God, I'm losing weight. Woo! And then you get there. So the path might look different than you're used to, but the path you're on is not working, and it is a sure pathway to an injury, burnout, exhaustion, depression, anxiety, poor sleep, losing your menstrual cycle, shitty digestion, you're not pooping or you're pooping too much. The fitness industry is really great sometimes, and it's really dangerous sometimes. So you need to just be smart about your choices and take a step back for a second and think, okay, am I just genuinely doing things that are healthy for me? Or is this or some of these maybe not a great idea? Would I be comfortable telling my grandma what I'm doing? Or would she think I'm insane? Run it by your grandma. Just look at it from a different set of eyes. Find some objectivity. So as your coach, even if it totally sucks, and I know you want to lose weight, but I get a questionnaire like this, just because you want it doesn't mean I'm going to give it to you, because I try to be the best coach I can be. And because I have to do that, I have to have the hard conversations. I don't just say, it's okay, sister, you haven't learned about this magic food yet. And you know what? I have one more supplement to add to your routine. We're going to notch up the cardio just a hair, and we're going to get that body fat off. That is fucking lies. You have to say, listen, I feel how much you want this. I can feel the emotion in the words you wrote me in your questionnaire. We've got to talk. We have to go a different route. Because of how bad you want this, you've got to hang in there with me. So if you can't have that conversation on your own, you need to work with someone who's not afraid of the hard conversations, who's not afraid to not give you what you want right now, because they know how much you want the big picture. And if I give you want right now, we are throwing the big picture out the window. If you want to accomplish the goal, if you want to be able to put on a swimsuit and think, I don't want to hide under my cover up today. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? Or if you want to put on a pair of shorts and your thighs not eat them like a snack, God, chafing sucks. It's real. I feel you, sister. But if you want to be able to put on a pair of shorts and enjoy it, or maybe, God forbid, wear a dress in the summer and not have to worry about chafing, or something that is still novel to me, being able to open my closet and pick out whatever the hell I wanted because I can fit in my clothes comfortably, is unbelievably amazing. That feeling is so great. Instead of opening my closet and saying, what can I hide behind today? Where are my fat pants? I'm feeling squishy. What's dark? What's going to hide me? What's billowy enough so I can hide behind my clothing? I know how that feels, and I know how the other side feels. So it is so worth it to not get what you want right now if what you're doing right now with the cardio and the supplements and the workout and the crappy sleep and the low calories is not working. If you're dead serious about getting big picture, where you want to go, you might need to take a different approach because your current approach is not working. A lot of times you don't just need to suck it up and work harder. Sometimes you need to let your body actually decompress a little bit. So that's really what I wanted to cover with you ladies today. Is I just wanted to have a conversation and let you know that you have done nothing wrong. You've done most things right if you're just trying to lose weight and be healthy and sift through all the noise out there on social media. There's a ton of different ways to do the same thing, but if what you're doing is not working, and it technically should on paper, then that just means it's not working and you need to try something else. Not necessarily something harder, or a different YouTube channel, or a different protein powder, or a different flavor of rice cake. Sometimes you just need to get your health in order first, because a body that isn't healthy is not very equipped to want to lose weight. It just wants to keep you alive. So it's probably going to hold on to some of its energy stores, which is fat tissue, because it doesn't really trust you because you never actually feed it. So food for thought there, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. This video will save on this page. If any of your questions are sensitive, shoot me a direct message. Everything gets answered. I promise. I'm just here to help you in any way I can. And as a coach, the amount of questionnaires I get like this is borderline heartbreaking, because I feel how bad you want these things, which is why I hate to have the hard conversations. But because it's not about me, it's about you, I have them. I make myself uncomfortable, and I might have to make you not like me for a little while, because I know at the very end, you're going to be really stoked. So thank you ladies for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I got to get back to a bunch of client programming. So questions, concerns, anything, drop them in the comments, shoot me a message, and I'll catch you later. Bye. Ooh, where's the, oh hell. There it is.